pet cemetery. When the Creed family moved to the small town of Ludlow, Maine, they believed they were starting a better life. Louis Creed was a doctor. He had accepted a job at the local university, hoping for stability and peace. His wife, Rachel, wanted a safe place to raise their children, 5-year-old Ellie and their baby son, Gage. They bought a quiet house surrounded by trees, with fresh air and space to grow. But behind the house ran a busy road. Huge trucks roared past day and night. Louis noticed it right away. Something about the road felt dangerous. Too fast, too careless. But he pushed the feeling aside. Life had to move forward. Soon after moving in, the Creeds met their neighbor, Judge Crandall, an old man with a friendly smile and tired eyes. Judge had lived in Ludlow his whole life. He welcomed the family warmly, especially the children. One afternoon, Judge took Louis and Ellie for a walk through the woods behind the house. There, hidden among the trees, was a strange place, a small graveyard filled with handmade markers and animal toys. "This is the pet cemetery," Judge explained. Children from the town had buried their pets there for generations. Dogs, cats, birds. It was sad but gentle. A place where kids could say goodbye. Ellie loved it. Rachel hated the idea of death and refused to talk about it. She had grown up surrounded by sickness and loss, and death terrified her. She wanted to protect her children from it as long as possible. But death doesn't wait. One day, Ellie's cat, Church, was hit by a truck on the road and killed. Ellie was devastated. Louis didn't know how to tell her. Judge saw the pain on Louis's face and made a decision, one he would later regret. That night, Judge led Louis deeper into the woods, past the pet cemetery, farther than anyone usually went. They climbed over fallen trees and rocky ground until they reached a hidden clearing. "This is an old place," Judge said. "Older than people." Judge told Louis that long ago, the land had power. Things buried there didn't stay dead. Louis didn't believe him. But grief can make people do strange things. They buried Church in the hidden burial ground. The next day, Church came back. He walked. He ate. He was alive. But he wasn't right. The cat smelled bad. Its eyes looked empty. It moved slowly, like something wearing a cat's body instead of being one. It was aggressive and cold. Louis felt sick just looking at it. Judge warned Louis never to use the burial ground again. But the truth had already taken root. Death came again, harder this time. Little Gage ran into the road. The truck never slowed. Louis arrived too late. His son was gone. The pain crushed him. Rachel broke apart. Ellie was sent away, spared from the worst of it. The house filled with silence and guilt. Louis knew Gage was dead, but he also knew the burial ground worked. The thought grew slowly, then all at once. What if I can bring him back? Judge tried to stop him. He told Louis stories of people who had used the land before, stories of things coming back wrong, angry, broken. He begged Louis to let Gage rest. But grief doesn't listen to reason. One night, Louis dug up his son's grave. He carried Gage's small body through the woods, past the pet cemetery, to the old burial ground. His hands shook, but his heart burned with hope. He buried his son. Then he waited. The next night, Gage came home. At first, Louis dared to believe it had worked, but soon the truth became clear. Gage wasn't his son anymore. Something dark had come back instead, something cruel and aware. Death followed him. Judge was murdered. A woman named Pascal, who had died earlier and warned Louis about the burial ground, appeared again as a ghost, but it was too late. Rachel returned home, finally facing her fears. Gage killed her too. Louis was alone now. Everyone he loved was gone. Still, he refused to stop. He buried Rachel in the old ground. Hours later, she came back. Louis waited for her, knowing what she was and choosing her anyway. because the most terrifying truth of all was not that the dead could return. It was that love could make you want them to. And sometimes, death is kinder than what comes after.